in Orwell, Vermont, and on a family farm. We milked 100 registered Holsteins.
Wow.
And we milked cows here until 13 years ago. So at which time I was roughly 30 years old, we decided to sell our cows due to declining milk prices. At the same time, I had gone off to college for business accounting at Champlain in Burlington, and started up a business doing the H-2A visas, which are agricultural visas for migrant workers.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jamaicans and Mexicans that are here in Vermont state, many other states, my business worked doing the immigration work for those farmers for, I think we've been 13 years. I've been involved, 14 almost, doing those immigration visas for migrant workers on agricultural operations. Mm-hmm. And then we also did payroll and bookkeeping. So I had the luxury of growing up on a dairy farm, but working with fruit and veggie and poultry farmers, tree farmers, through the H-2A program. 5-6 years ago, I was elected to the Vermont House State Legislature. My district here of Benson, Orwell, Whiting, and Shoreham had elected me to serve them. So I served for one term, which is 2 years in the Vermont House of Representatives. I got reelected to a second term. And at that point, Governor Scott was elected, and he had interviewed me for consideration for the Deputy Secretary position at the Agency of Ag, which is where I am today. My favorite part of my job, which I think is true for all jobs, whether it was helping farmers obtain their visas for workers, or whether it's at the agency, just the PR portion with farmers. I think in the industry, many times, farmers are so busy out in the fields and the day-to-day tasks that they may not know what's available to them as resources. So I really enjoy the public relations part of the work. Farming, it's constantly changing. We used to be a pretty large hemp and hops state. We were not always dairy. For us, as we continue to watch farming change, I think it's about leadership at the top, making sure that the public understands what's in their food. And just because it says conventional doesn't mean that there's antibiotics in that milk. And educating the public to ensure them that what we grow and produce here in Vermont is safe, and it's within statute, within the law. So what we're trying to do, and what the lawmakers are trying to do, is make sure that we continue to have the land in agriculture, and we're providing funds through grants and programs for folks to diversify. Watching folks do the new conservation practices of no-till, low-till, cover cropping, and being able to use where there's service, cell service, satellite service in Vermont, being able to use their GPS technology in their tractors. We hear from farmers that they're using less fertilizer because they're able to reconcile nutrients in, nutrients out. And then also saving on seed too, because of the technology. Not overplanting rows. It's the precision is that much more articulate than the humans. So farming in the past to the present day, the biggest difference I would say in Vermont state is we really now, in the last 2 years, have these water quality regulations that farmers have to adhere to. Dairy industry is big in Vermont. It's billions of dollars in revenue that comes in because of dairy, but that's not to say, right now it may be the largest benefit, but as we watch farms transition, that may not be the case 50 years, 80 years from now. For myself, and very grateful at that opportunity that I had to grow up on a farm, because I think I learned responsibility at a very young age. So it really taught us respect, hard work, like a lot of attributes that maybe we would not have gotten so young. I think our priorities were set a little more straight, turned 18, knew what we wanted to do, and we went and we did it. And I feel fortunate that I still live on the farm today.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.